Most people actually do not reject Jesus. They reject the version of him that they've seen misrepresented. That's the issue with Western Christianity. We are not in a position where we are forced to decide, commit, and actually even live out our faith. And that creates the perfect environment for people to ignorantly and pridefully walk themselves straight toward hell, while confidently claiming that they're on the path to eternity with God. Now, a study showed that 64% of Americans claim to be Christians, but only 4% have a biblical worldview. And the difference comes down to core beliefs that are essential for salvation, such like the Trinity, the deity of Christ, that Jesus wasn't a prophet, that there is only one way to God. Most of these 64% reject or distort these truths entirely. And in 1 Peter 3:15, it tells us to always be ready to give a defense for our faith. But how can we defend something we've never even taken the time to actually study? So here's the issue. When unbelievers meet people who claim to be Christians, we have to remember the majority of these so-called Christians are actually not saved. And of course they're going to misrepresent Christ. And the other issue, especially in the West, is the lack of due diligence to actually live out our faith to show Jesus by our actions. That's why I try and remind myself to let Jesus be the first thing that people notice about me, because that should be obvious through our actions, words, the way we treat people, how we dress, how we carry ourselves. Everything should look different from the world. Remember, we should be in the world enough to bring lost souls to Christ, but not of the world enough to turn them from Christ. We say we want people to come to Christ, but we have to remember many atheist agnostics have not rejected Jesus himself, but the man-made version of Jesus they saw in people who claimed his name. As Christians, true Christians, we hold the one and only truth. So how are we sorting that? If we truly believe we have the most important and valuable truth in existence, we should treat it that way. We should live like it. We should share it. We should represent Christ correctly. But most Christians in the West, our actions simply do not show that. So just remember, in everything you do, let Jesus be the first thing that people notice about you. There has to be something different because we are made new. That is the biggest reason people do not want to come to God. We understand it's a hard walk. We understand that, and the Bible says we will be persecuted and that it is not easy and many people will reject it. But it also says that the harvest is plenty and the laborers are few. There are many people out there that do not know who Jesus or God is, and they have accepted what they have heard from false representations of Christ, and they've made their decision based off of that. And we know in the Bible we are called to represent him correctly and share what God has really done, what Jesus has really done in our life. That's why our testimony is so important, because that is a true representation of Christ, not us living like the world claiming Christ.